what you just described was these organisms with these tools to explore this objective physical environment, and now humans can explore this whole subjective world, this world of ideas. And how in the world did that rise? There's actually I saw an interesting idea one time. It was about how 75,000 years ago there was this cognitive revolution. And they don't know exactly what happened because there was the Neanderthals were around, and they were bigger than us and seemingly smarter than us, seemingly had like better tools and everything else than humans. Were just kind of just getting by, just barely. There's these little tribes of 50 and here and there, and there wasn't that many of them. And they think that what happened was at some point somehow the human brain was able to understand this idea of subjective reality. So like a subjective reality is it hides in places that it's hard to see. So like if you want to define is Walmart, and so objective reality is like, a door or the law of physics or something like that. But if you want to define is Walmart or Target, we were talking about Target earlier. Now, what is Target? Is if you wanted to destroy Target, say, how would you do it? What if you bulldozed all of the Target buildings? Would there still be a Target?
Yes!
Yeah, they could still build new buildings.
Yeah.
What if you fired is Target the employees? Fire every employee. No, you could just hire. No, there's Targets still there. What about the CEO? Must be like the leaders of the company. No, they switch all the time. You can get rid of him. So how would you get rid of a Target? Well, somehow, if a judge decides they're like a monopoly or something. So if a guy wearing like this silly dress hits like a piece of wood onto a desk a few times and then says these words that we all just agreed upon mean something but actually don't, Target would no longer be a thing.
That's right.
It would be destroyed by an idea right then and there.
You just described magic.
And yet but us being able to believe in these things makes our lives much easier. We're able to like, hey, let's go meet at Target, and you don't have to be like, but what the fuck is that? You know, we grasp these subjective ideas really easily, and they think maybe what happened 75,000 years ago, this cognitive revolution, where maybe we were able to start grasping these ideas, was that now all of a sudden these tribes were able to bond over a bigger idea. Before it was just them fighting off each other and everyone's off on their own or whatever, and you care about your tribe. But now you're able to form these alliances based on these ideas of like a higher power or some moral ideal or whatever it might be. And perhaps that was why that evolved in
second
humans.
Big Bang. That was the second. So there's like that was the subjective Big Bang, which is the opening up of the internal universe that that contains all Targets and all McDonald's and all thought. Right. And that is a really what's really cool about that universe is compared to the external universe, it's quite difficult to explore, and because we don't have the tools yet to do it, and I can't wait until we get them, because that's going to be an awesome moment in science when they finally fucking figure out a way to
DVR acid trip.
That's going to be one of the great moments in human history, because we're all kind of doomed to description right now, which I mean, we love to do it because we're comedians, but it's not a very accurate tool for
nor is it trustworthy. Like I can tell I can talk about my DMT experiences all day long, and at the end of the day I'd be like, now don't believe a word that I just said, because I don't. You know, I'm merely reporting with the best possible hope of grabbing onto like an essence of what I experienced.
Well, you can, and you know, the thing is, you could always say, like, so if I'm having a mushroom trip where I'm witnessing a legion of entities and seeing these kind of like woodland, wild spirit beings that seem reminiscent of like Pan or like some kind of forest god. When I'm looking at that, there's a million things that I can tell myself that I'm seeing. I can start at the furthest skeptical part that I can find, which is that this is chemically like shoving my finger against a digital watch and it's creating a kind of wash of symbols that I'm then applying meaning to. Or I can go to the other side of the scale and say, I'm seeing elves right now. I'm seeing living entities. But you get to pick what definition you want to give for that right now. But what you can inarguably say when you're seeing those things, nobody can argue with this, I don't think. Anyone can argue with anything, but I think it's pretty safe to say the universe does this. This is something the universe does. I'm witnessing a product of the universe. I'm witnessing something that actually happens. And what actually happens in the internal universe of our brains, subconscious, whatever you want to call it, is that there is a proliferation of disembodied beings.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to fucking call them, you can call them. Right. And it really doesn't matter.
There's something in there, that's for sure.
Yes! It's teeming with life. It's teeming with life.
I tend to think, and by the way, I smoked DMT on a podcast before, and you can listen to it. And
what podcast?
And I'm like, Ryan Singer has me and Paranormal You. I don't know if you know Ryan Singer, but I gave it to him for his first time, and then I smoked it. But you can hear, like, before I smoke it, I'm talking to you, like, much like a little bit skeptical about some of the stuff. And I smoke the shit, and I explain what I'm seeing, and I got out, I'm like, oh yeah, this is all a lie.
Right.
Like, there's not a doubt in my mind right now.
Why is it a lie?
This is all like a lie.
Why a lie?
I
mean, you witnessed it, didn't you? You saw what you were saying.
No. I mean, after I'm in DMT.
Oh, this
I'm
place.
Like, this real quote unquote existence that we're in right now
is a lie.
Is a lie.
Compared to that. Why do you think this is a lie?
I mean, I honestly just think it's all a lie. I don't put any stock in any perception.
When I think of the word lie, I think of intentionality behind it. Someone intentionally, you sort of are personifying the thing into a trickster form.
Yeah.
When you say lie, so you're saying.
I mean, first off, so in that sense, it was like, oh, this is all like a simulation or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I just saw like the real deal. But now me talking about how is this a lie, I would say, I mean, just sex is a very easy one to go back to, where it's you're attracted to, a nice fertile woman. You have these standards of what you're looking for, and a lot of it's like face symmetry and stuff like that is what's giving you this idea that this is a good looking thing that you're looking at, and it's all kind of bullshit. Really?
Maya.
It's all just like pure bullshit.
You know the term Maya?
No, I don't.
So Maya is the term that in Hinduism, that's the word that they give for the universe. And that word translates into personified illusion is what they call it. And
right.
Another way they put it is this entire universe is like the reflection of trees on a lake. So what we're in is a reflection of some more substantial truth state. But it's still happening.
Right.
Like, this is real. I don't see it as a lie. This is a real, we're in something real, right?
Yeah.
And it's changing.